Hey guys, VRez91, and I'm bringing this video on how Final Fantasy 15 is most likely not coming to the Switch, right? But that's not the basis of this video. If you guys remember from my Titanfall 2 developer video, and I was like how ports that already exist, the Switch should not be, or Nintendo should not be trying to get these ports, right? But I still hear people saying like, they're asking if Final Fantasy 15, which is already out, is going to come to the Switch. Right? And it just makes me think, why are people so focused on games that are already out, whether they're going to come to the Switch or not? Why? What is the point? To me, see, this is the problem. If you already love Final Fantasy 15, you've probably already bought it either on your PC or the Xbox One or PS4. So why are you even concerned about it coming to the Switch? You've already played it. Are you going to buy it again? Because the thing is that if these third-party devs come to the Switch, like Final Fantasy and Titanfall 2 and stuff, if they get over the Switch, they're not going to sell well. I don't think so. It just doesn't make sense because most people already own them who want them. So I know there are a few out there who probably have just the Wii U. And maybe they really like Final Fantasy and want it on the Switch, right? But you got to think about this from a business perspective. Most likely, most people who wanted Final Fantasy already own the game. Or the ones who don't are in the minority. And that's not going to justify porting it over to the Switch because they're only going to probably sell maybe a couple 100,000 copies on the Switch, and then third-party developers will start to go doom and gloom on the console again because they'll be like, oh, wow, these games that sell so well on the Xbox One and PS4 are not selling well on the Switch. I don't think we're going to be porting much more games over to the console. That's the thing. Nintendo cannot afford for third parties to drop their console again. They just can't. And I think that's what would happen if all these AAA games that are already out or are coming out before the Switch's released on the Switch. Because most people already have them. You've lost so many people who would have bought it on the Switch because they already have it on their other console. So, in my mind, Nintendo needs to not focus. And it looks like they're not. So I'm glad that they aren't. Because, remember, this happened with the Wii U. Once again, it happened with the Wii U. They ported probably every AAA game that was released that year. And what happened? They didn't sell well. Why? Because the only people who bought it on the Wii U were probably people who hadn't bought it on their Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3. And that was the minority. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Mass Effect. People who wanted those games already had them either on their PC, PS3, or Xbox 360. Most of them. So the minority was the ones who didn't, and they got them on the Wii U. But that's not enough to justify porting them over. The Switch needs, in my opinion, to focus on games that are coming out after its release. All third-party games that come out after its release should be the games that Nintendo needs to focus on getting. Not ones that are out before the release. Because if they do that, I think the third-party devs will start to leave. Why? Because their games won't sell well because most people have them on the other consoles. So I think that Nintendo should stray as far away from that as possible. Do not focus on porting games that have already been out or are coming out before your system. Because people who wanted those most likely bought them on the other systems they own. That's just my opinion. Why don't you guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below? Thank you for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and may God bless you all.